Hello YouTubers and welcome to my channel. This is my first YouTube video. You could call this my debut. I'd like to, for my first video, introduce you to a newish kind of game called Basement. It is a drug dealing strategy game where you try to take over the city that you're in. It is still in the alpha at the current. But as far as I've seen, it's a pretty good little game. It's got a very, very good potential for growth. But anyways, it'll be easier just to explain it as we play. All right. Well, when you start out, and I didn't get too bad of a layout here for my first building. Sometimes I get a really bad layout, like you'll get this up here, this way over here somewhere. It's really annoying. Anyways, the objective of this game is, if you look down here at the bottom, you'll see you have all these different little buildings in the city. I believe there are always 14 in total. I really actually am a little nervous about starting here towards the middle. I normally like to be at one of the ends, but we'll see what happens. So the first thing I would recommend doing is, even though you're probably going to move this, in fact you are going to move this little couch, the first thing I recommend doing is just upgrading it. And normally this rest one, because I have used both of these, this 200 rest and 200 heal, and then this 250 heal. I do not ever see their health go up while they're on this, so it's kind of pointless. So get the new sofa. And what this allows them to do is, if you look at them, you'll see their stamina bar depletes as they work, and every time it gets to about here, they'll become unhappy. About 25, 30, somewhere in that area, they'll become unhappy, and their production will take a hit, or their selling will take a hit, and they'll get slow. And then they need to come over here, and I'll just demonstrate. Take a little smoke break and relax, and then their production goes back up to full. Because of that, it's best to just have this as quick as possible to, really keep them from slowing down, because your junkies here, I believe that's what they're called in this game. Anyways, your junkies here, if you see, they have a patience bar. The patience bar, when it hits 0, will send them into a, I want to say, withdrawal, and that withdrawal causes them to go insane. And then they get mad and they start beating your face in order to nothing really, just because they're pissed off you didn't give them their fix. So if you don't produce fast enough and he doesn't sell fast enough, they'll get angry and they will come kill you, and you could lose your best seller or your best grower, or both. And if you watch, their patience will go back up to full the second they get their fix from you. Anyways, they can come in, they can get really mad, and they can completely just destroy you. And if you don't have the money up here to hire somebody new, you are screwed. Your game is over pretty much, because you cannot produce to make money. You cannot make money without selling, because you can't, and then because you've lost your seller, you can't sell. Another thing I recommend doing when you get in the game is looking at, clicking on your little guys, and looking at, for one, his sellability, because he's a seller. The purple shirts are generally sellers. It's a 1.2. The highest I know of for production or sellability is 1.9 as a base. So his is pretty darn low. That 1.2 sellability, I really get rid of him as quick as possible. But right now it's not a big deal because it's the beginning of the game. And for this guy, he's got a 1.8 production, which is pretty darn good. It's only 0.1 under. I'd actually probably keep him, because in the end, he's going to be just fine. Normally, they will rest on their own, but with the production guy, at least in the beginning, I like to make him rest a little earlier than he normally would, so that he will get his production back up. Anyways, what else is there to explain? Your employee room. If you look up here, you've got 2 out of your 2 total possible employees right now. With every employee room that you build, if I hollow this out, once it's done. Sorry, give me a moment. Alright, every employee room that you build, right here, gives you 2 slots for an employee. It means every employee room you build, you can hire 2 more employees. Right now, we don't really need any more. He's producing fast enough, and he's selling at a decent rate. Never, if you can possibly help it, stop him in the middle of a deal to go rest, because these guys can end up going back out the door and to the end of the line. And if they go to the end of the line, the entire time that you're resting and then dealing with the new customer that came in, they have to wait at the back of the line, and their patience meter has not gone up because you didn't give them their fix. So they're getting even angrier at you, and they can end up going into a rage because you didn't get to them in time, because you had to deal with that other customer first. I don't really understand why they go back to the end of the line sometimes, but they do, so just be careful. Alright, so the next thing, this being right here, I don't like it. For one, it's ugly. For two, it's not a good utilization of the layout of this map. What I generally try to do is get storage here, and then a grow room here, and then maybe one of these right here, a training room, which I'll go ahead and place it. And the training room, when you put them on that speed bag right there, well, it's not a speed bag, just a punching bag, will slowly increase their damage and their health. If you look here, there are 5 little bars. That is how many times they can level up. And when all of these are filled with an orange mark, that's as high as they go. So you might as well send them to do something else. Everybody can do production, damage, and sellability, but they really are specialized. So you really don't want anybody who's not specialized. Like if, oops. All right, not a big deal. I clicked him off of that on accident. If you were to go to here and hit hire, he is specialized towards producing, and he's actually pretty good. If I were trying to hire somebody right now, I'd probably hire him. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and, oh, I can't. I forgot I haven't made that other employee room yet. Anyways, if you see this guy, he has no main characteristics. It means he's not specialized in anything. He's got a 1.3 production and a 1.2 sellability. For the most part, these guys are going to be pretty useless in the long run. But if you see here, it says find more, $500. It costs you $500 to refresh this list if you don't want to wait. And if he's the only one left, you like hired the other 2, and you need somebody because somebody died, or you just need somebody for a new building really fast, they make an okay, filler. But as soon as you can get another one, I would really suggest firing these guys. Anyways, you can also upgrade your employee room like that. Upgrades are instant, unlike the other ones that have to, build. Because of that, it's really nice to have that. But the upgrades generally give half of whatever it started with. Like this gives you two employee spaces, and then when you upgrade it, it gives you 1 more, half of the original 2. If you upgrade this, it actually only gives you 75% of it, and it actually reduces the amount of time you can spend on the bag for by half. Not good, really. But it is still better, so I think I really haven't done the math on that yet, but I believe it's better. So anyways, once you got this going, you get a little income coming, you make sure that he's producing fast enough, he's selling fast enough. I would recommend hollowing out down to the 4th floor. On your first building, you can always go down 4 floors, no matter where you start. But if you look at these other buildings, see how it doesn't have anything under here? You cannot, if you take over this building, you can't buy them. You can only get them through combat. If you do take over this building, remember that you will only get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces right here, and nothing below, due to the fact that it doesn't have anything below. You can go to a building like this, where it has some below. You can go as far down as it has, and as far over as it is. So, starting from here, 1 and 2, and going over 3. That is the only spaces you are going to get here. You cannot go down to a 4th floor, and you cannot expand past the upper building. I really don't understand why that is, but that's just how it is. And if you were to get this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra spaces, and so on and so forth, if they don't have anything under, that's it. Alright, anyways, see, he's really slow, 0.6 production. You want to just get him over there. He will continue until he finishes, if you don't make him, which I don't think is a good thing, so, because it slows him down. Alright, now the first thing I normally try to do after getting this set up is get down to the bottom and get over here. And then you want to move your electricity generator, your standby generator, down into the bottom, because like I said, this is a bad utilization of space, and like I said before, it is ugly. I mean, that just looks terrible sitting there, doesn't it? So you want to get all your eyesores pretty much down here where they're out of the way of your layout, out of the way of your people, and it just generally looks better. And you saw that upgrade gives you an extra 5 electric. It says electric, but it's actually your energy, these little light bulbs. When I look at YouTube videos for this game or other people, I hear them call it energy, so I'm just going to call it energy. Anyways, you get 10 base electricity just for making the generator, and when you upgrade it, you get half of that extra, so you get 15 total. We're going to demolish this because, like I said, it's ugly, it's an eyesore, I don't want it up there. Alright, once you've done that, I would also recommend doing this. And you saw that there was a little ladder thing here, and they call them ladders, but they sure as hell look like stairs to me, don't they? Anyways, you want to make sure you don't accidentally click on that ladder, because you'll end up putting one there, and you cannot get rid of. You can't get rid of any of these ladders, and I don't know why. Maybe they'll fix that in a later patch or an update or whatever, because they can be really annoying. Like if you see in this building, you've got 2 here and 2 here. There is no need for that. You only need 1 set. Plus, I'd rather they be in the middle, wouldn't you? That way everything is, you know, half the distance from the middle, no matter what. Instead of having to go, like if it's on this side, go all the way from here down and all the way over. If you're going to here, you can just go over or over. And again, these are useless. You can't build over them, you can't destroy them, so this is just space that you cannot utilize, and it's aggravating, it's infuriating, you know? Because you get buildings like, there's a really nice building right here, and it's got the same fucking layout. 4 fucking stairs on both sides, and that's space you can't use. I can't build a grow room, I can't build a couch, can't build more energy. It's just wasted space. So just remember, this game, like I said, is in alpha. Please don't judge it too harshly, not just yet. But I see good potential in it, you know? It's got a good core concept here. Alright, so now we're going to start also moving these down here, because they're ugly and also in the way up here. And, you know, maybe I should have put it down here, but I think I'm going to do 2 here, 1 here, and another generator, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with this space yet. I've only beaten this game once, so bear with me. I know I'm talking a lot. I like I said, it is pretty much my YouTube debut here. I don't exactly know what I'm doing. If you have any suggestions for me to make this more interesting for my fans, if I get any, please put it in the comments below, so that I can, you know, try to make these videos better for you. So what we're going to do is, because he's a little bit ahead of this guy, you know what, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and hire another producer. I'm going to let this guy level up first, and then I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to speed bag him, or punching bag, or whatever, and let him up his damage, so that if one of these junkies were to get mad, he can hold his own and, you know, not instantly freaking die. And I don't lose a grower. He'd probably be lost anyways. They're generally pretty weak. Also, if he finishes with this speed bag and goes over here to the couch, you gotta watch him, because sometimes they'll just like stop and wander around. They don't go back to that speed bag every time unless you force them to sometimes. I don't know why that it is that way. I think it's just a glitch. And I guess you could attribute it to these guys. For these guys anyways, not any of the others, because they all do it. But for these guys, I guess you could say because they're like scientists, they feel a little pathetic when punching that bag, and they're afraid of being mocked, so they don't go back unless you force them. I don't know. Crap. When you're on a guy, don't accidentally click somewhere else, because then you have to put him back because he ends up leaving his spot because you just told him to go into that room. So what I'm going to try to do is, I don't like this layout. I have to walk all the way over here in order to do this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a grow room right here. You know, he's far enough ahead to where I don't really need him producing, so I can wait for that grow room to build without having to worry about it. And I'm also going to move the bench down here because I want to make another grow room here and another grow room right here, and then 2 more storages, and that should maximize my first floor space. You know what I mean? See, now he's right next to it. He can instantly give it up. Demolish that. You generally want to get your electricity or energy up as fast as you can. At least 2 units, maybe 3, so that you have enough to meet the demands of your seller. I guess you should say meet the demands of your junkies. Oh, that was an accident. I did not mean to put the generator there. I guess I had it on the brain. That was supposed to be a storage room. See, I just wasted money there, but you know, I'm not too bad on money right now, so I think I'll survive that. The only problem is now I have to wait for it. I hate waiting. Again, this game is a little slow-paced in the beginning, so if you don't like slower starting games, and if you don't like strategy games generally, I would not recommend this. You see, he started to sail, now I can't move him. I would not generally recommend this to somebody who doesn't like strategy games that start out slow, or just games that start out slow in general. Because it can be really slow in the beginning, and once you get going, it can be really slow as well. But if you like a strategy game and you don't mind a slow start, this is a pretty darn good game, and it's only $9 on Steam. And like I said, it can only improve. It's got a lot more before it actually releases, so I really recommend, if you like this type of game, give it a shot. What have you got to lose? It's only $9, you know? Alright. Try to expand a little bit here. I might make another dealer room, but when you make another dealer room, be sure to have a dealer lined up and ready. Because if you don't, what it does is when you open up that other dealer room, if you look at it, you see your customers too. So when you open up that dealer room, and I believe this is the second you open it up, it might be after you put a seller in it, but I think it's the second you open it up. You see this 2 here. This is how many junkies are currently available right now. Because this allows for 2 customers. So you get 2 junkies. You can have a total of 10 junkies at this place. You can't go any higher than that. No matter how many you open up, it won't matter. See, like if I were to go to this room and maybe build this one. See how it says 5 customers? That would allow me to bring in 5 junkies out of that 10. But if I were to build, say, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and it would not give me 20 junkies. It would still only be the 10 junkies. Both good and bad to that. One, it's bad because if one of your junkies dies, this number, because if they get mad and they attack you, you have to kill them. This number right here goes down. That is your maximum. And once you kill that junkie, he's gone forever. He will never come back here. If you kill all 10 of your junkies, you're screwed at this place. This place will never sell again. You might as well just turn it into a producer. Later on, you can, if you look over here, you get these garages, and I don't think any of them have any vehicles right now, which is fine. I don't really care. You can hire him. Ah, there we go. You'll get a vehicle, and he'll come here and he'll take a package that you've made, and say I own that place, and carry it all the way over here and put it on your shelves over here. And that way you can, if it allows you to make a mistake every so often. If you lose all 10 of those junkies here, you can find another place and sell there, and just use this place as a stock place. Fill it up with these grow rooms and some of these storage units, and it'll come back. It'll grab it from your storage and take it to where it's selling. You can just be a production center, you know. Now there are, I think, 4 different kinds of grow rooms. You can grow. And I don't know why. There's a tiny box for growing green. I don't know why they decided to say green. They do actually tell you some of the others: acid, speed, and this one's brown. Green, I'm gonna guess, is weed. Brown, I have no idea what brown is. I'm not really a druggie, and I don't look into that things. You know, you don't have to be a druggie to know what they are. But if anybody has any idea what brown is, I'd love to know. Could you put it in the comments? That'd be awesome. But I guess they wanted to be discreet on those two for some reason, even though they decided to tell you the other ones were very clearly acid and speed. Not to mention, they tell you right up front you're selling drugs. So, I mean, come on, green. Everybody's going to guess weed, especially with these little pot plants here. Anyways, I'll back off of that subject for now. Anyways, do not expand too quickly. If you look up here, you'll see this little police icon. The more you expand, the more police attention you'll get, and the more times you'll be raided. Also, try to keep at least $400 aside. I know I haven't been doing it myself, but in early game they don't raid you too much. But if they raided me, I'd be screwed normally, because you need to keep at least $400 to $500 aside in case the police raid you. In the beginning, you might be able to fight them, but usually they're going to kill you. Unless you're a lot better than me, which you probably are. I'm not even going to begin to think I'm pro at this. But normally they'll kill you, or at least if you're new like me. So the best way to do is you can either fight them or you can bribe them. Bribing them will cost $400 to $500 for your first place, and I believe that it goes up based on how many buildings you possess, not how big they are. Because I've played this a couple times, and it doesn't seem to change no matter what building I take over. The more buildings you have, the higher they're going to cost. Just give me half a second here. I don't know if you can see my screen here, but I have to check how long this video's been. I'm not a YouTube Premium or whatever it's called that allows you to have, you know, unlimited time on your videos. So I only got 30 minutes. I got about 8 minutes left, so this is probably going to end here soon. But anyways, like I said, I believe that it's based on how many buildings you have, and when you get into higher, let's just say, noticeability by from the cops, they will start raiding you a lot. But after 7, in my last game, the one that I won it in, for some reason after 7, they just didn't bother me at all. So I don't know if I just got RNG gods on my side or something during that game, and they just didn't happen to send anybody my way. But I think it's supposed to be the higher this is, the more attention you're going to get, the more rage you're going to get. And they can take, because the last time I got about, I want to say 4 to 6 of their attention, and I got hit like 6 times in a row, like bam, 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 bam. And within 3 minutes, they had taken like $18,000 from me, because I think I had like 3 or 4 places at the time. So, and they were taking like $3,000 or $4,000 every time they hit me, and they hit me 3 times in a row within 30 seconds of each other. It's ridiculous, man. I'm telling you, but they will do it. So keep some money aside and be prepared for that. All right, I'm gonna have to end this video right here. If you liked it, please hit the like button, and maybe subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. Leave in the comments if you want to see more of these. Right now, this is just pretty much a test video for my debut, but if you want to see more of them, please tell me in the comments, and I'll judge it from there whether or not I'll continue. I will probably have to start over. The save feature on this doesn't seem to work too well, but if I get enough comments by let's say tomorrow or the day after, I will try to continue this, but I cannot guarantee it will be this game, just due to the fact that pretty much just due to the fact that it may not have saved. So please, if you like the video, like and subscribe, and give me a comment to tell me that you want more. I will play this straight through in 30-minute segments just for you. If you really want to do it that way, I won't have to worry about the save issues. That's all. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video, hopefully.